Maybe I'm back. Maybe we can hope. We can hope. I don't know what happened there, so sorry about that. Do let me know if I'm live and here and stuff. I don't use any software when I do these, which I probably should, but it's part of the chilled and relax Sunday vibes. So with things like OBS, when there's a problem, you can tweak it. But on this, as soon as there's any problem, you can't because it's straight through YouTube rather than any other software. As soon as there's an issue, that's it, and you can't like refresh it or anything. So sorry about that. But you can tell that I'm in a good mood because I haven't lost my temper with it. So the forbidden episode, it was because I summoned the forbidden episode. I see most of you seem to have found me again, and I did that couple minute delay because I was just posting around everywhere going, come over here, please. So hello, hello, welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee number 222. I haven't really started, to be fair, so there we are. I'll just get to it. Um, I'll get rid of that other one. So yeah, if you see this and you're wondering what's going on, there was a previous stream that just decided to die. So, but here we are, rejuvenated. Mm. That reminds me, one more thing before I start. Oh, one t-shirt on. Give me a sec. There we are. Something for later. Something for later. Right, here we are. Here we are. Right. So, I went through oh yeah, I was looking at going, oh Lord, I've got 3 events in a row. Uh-oh. Um, Glad I'm not going to. I was pondering going to We Have Ways Fest, but if I had, that would have been 4 weekends in a row, and I wouldn't be working at all. Maybe I'll go next year. So can't remember what I was looking at the dates for. GriffCon. So I will be at GriffCon. Hey, we've got more people than the last stream. Hello, thanks for coming back. Thanks for finding us. Um, so my next event is GriffCon, which is, I believe, the 26th to the 27th of July. It is, in my head, it's down south. Is it Harlow? I think it's Harlow. Um, and I'll be going down with Peachy and Louise on a little road trip. It's a small event, and I'm not trading. I'm going to wander around. Carol, yes, I'm going to BritCon. I'll go into that actually afterwards. I mentioned BritCon. I'll go into that. So yes, I will be going to GriffCon, and I will not be trading. I will be there as a guest. They haven't put they're still filling in that guest page, so I'll be on there soon with guest status because I'm a guest, a treasured guest. I'm not trading, which is why I'm going because I don't do smaller shows as a trader now because it's just a lot of effort for not much return, and they need to be making money really. So I only do the big ones. But I had such a nice time at ChillCon, just hanging out, that I thought, let's do that again. So yeah, and that's another topic for my week. Ooh, I've been really bad at writing notes throughout the week, so yeah, I'm going to GriffCon, and I'm going to be on a panel, though they haven't said what the panel's about yet. So that'll be me going, well, the thing is, Terence. So I said to put me on as many panels or whatever as they want because I'm there and I'm not trading. And without getting offensive, I was like, I'll probably just get bored. So give me something to do. I like having things to do. So I get to hang around, chat to people. It'd be a nice chance if you're there and thought, oh, I've always wanted to chat to Annie, but she's always making money instead. So it'd be nice to hang out. Nice to hang out with Louise and Peach because we're always all really busy. So even just hanging out in the car will be a nice little time. I'm also be debuting my talk. So if you are there, you have to come to my talk. I don't know what day it's going to be or anything, but it's called Historical Gaming with ... capitals women. And it's hopefully going to be a nice intro. Hopefully the name's catchy enough to get people to actually go. I don't think I'm going to have a ton of people there. It's not a big event and there's a lot of gaming. So I think people free to roam and free to attend Annie's talk are going to be probably not that big. I'm not selling. Come to GriffCon. I just don't want to be like, "Whoa, it's going to be round." It is a smaller event, and there are smaller events, and that's okay. So I don't think there's going to be tons of people. So I'm using it as a chance to what's the word? Um, practice my talks because I want to be able to do some talks. And I've got some that I've done a few times. It'll be a lot easier. They are screening the art in miniature as well. Robert John Maycock says, "Does that mean they pay you?" You'd think. This is wargames. It's a little event, and they don't. I don't mind because I don't feel like I'm doing much. I'm kind of going to. I've been saying I'm going to bum around. I think if I was doing more, then I would. But I really want an excuse to practice talks and stuff. So that's fine for me. Um, but that's a whole thing in more games that people's time not being paid for. But it's not last week where I was talking about these things, so yeah. But that's yeah. So so yeah, I am a guest, but I'm still you know going for free. Not going. I've got to stay there in one of their hotels or something. Um, But my goal at some point is to be a proper guest at the American ones where they do pay you. They pay you in America. Um, so I want to go do a panel or some talks at places like Adepticon or Gen Con because that'd be awesome. And I spoke to one of them, I won't say which one, a while back, and they were talking about paying for the flight, or at least for the flight. I was like, whoa, if you did that, that'd be amazing. Um, because yeah, paying when you pay money to offer someone else some stuff is a bit weird. But yeah, sometimes it's fine. Depends on as long as people know. As long as you know what the score is. So then Robson didn't mean to be provocative. I'm always provocated. Um, it's not an issue for me. I'm happy to go as a bum around. The only downer is I saw afterwards it's the same weekend as Pride. I'm like, oh, I'm missing out on Pride. Better be good, GriffCon. So if you're around, you should definitely come because you can come hang out with me. I might even play games. So that's why I'm kind of chilled about it because I'm like, I'm just going to go see what's up. Because I really liked that at ChillCon, where before I was being a bit grumpy and like, why am I going on a busman's holiday? Like I'm not even working there, but I'm just taking my day off to go to a war game show. And I had a really nice time. So I'm hoping that this will be the same and a chance to practice a bit of public speaking as well. So that one day I can be up there in Congress, something. So yeah, come along. It's the smallest show. It seems more game focused than trader focused. Last time I checked, they didn't really have many traders listed. Let's have a look. So I don't think it's a big for that sort of trading. It's more the playing. Oh, sponsored by Transatlantis. I don't know if they're going. It's an inclusive tabletop miniatures convention. Aha, what's this? Um, oh yeah, Cybus's Pride should be all the time. Oh yeah, it's just that there's a really cool party that weekend. That's why I could go to the Wicked party. Um, where is the event? So what's on? Traders. Yeah, there's a few. Warlord. Um, I laugh at Warlord because someone said years ago, and I've thought about it a lot, where it's like what's the word? It was something like someone said, "Oh, Warlord are coming to this small event." They said, "Oh, they'll turn up wherever like two wargamers appear. They'll like open up a stand, so you will get Warlord everywhere." We got and just a few little ones. So and it's open to visitors free of charge. What else we got? What is on? Oh yeah, Louise is doing painting lessons, like painting workshops and stuff. So that'd be awesome. In fact, I'll probably end up going into a painting lesson. Um, Peachy's doing kit bashing with Peachy. Well, there's loads going on. Alchemist models, contrast and speed painting. You have to pay. I hope I do it for free. That'll be my bargaining. Cyber Golden says parties can be any time too. This is also true, but I don't party very much, and it is like all the gay people of Nottingham in a big party. I can't organise that any time, but it's probably for the best because I'll just spend loads of money. There are tournaments on. There's the screening, although the screening's on Thursday, so I need to check. I don't know if I'm supposed to be there on Thursday. Probably, I don't know. I don't know. I never got. I need to talk to them because part of the deal of that is that I was supposed to get because none of us got paid for that art and miniature thing. But one of the things is we were going to get a little video each. So you've seen like the Louise one where you get your own little like video you can use. I didn't get one, so I need to message them and go, my video. Did you do my video? So yeah, BitCon in 2 weeks. So if you're about, you should check it out and even just come hang out and do some of the workshops. I didn't realise they had workshops on, so that's really cool. I'm going to get myself into some workshops. Yes, Annie and Louise is a very dangerous combo. The screening will be on repeat all weekend, so you can come see it. So yeah, that's that bit. So Grease Cone, 2 weeks, Harlow, come along and support my. I'll go all shy when I do a talk, so you should come and come support me, and then go. It was the best talk ever! Right at the end. Right. So what we got next? We have historical wargaming with women. So yes, come on. So I'm looking forward to say a busman's holiday, but not having to stress about a stand is always a bonus. But also making money is a bonus. Gotta average it out a bit. So in a similar note, I was at Warhammer World yesterday at Scaventide. It was Scaventide launch, but I wasn't sure if anything was happening, and then I got there and it kind of wasn't. So they my guinea pigs. Dave's very amorous at the moment, which is causing a lot of squeaking in there. We got going all shy is a great move. Yes, that's why I do it, to be relatable. So yeah, I went to Warhammer World yesterday to see what's going on with Scaventide. Got no interest in Skaven, so just thought there might be people about because it's easy to get to Warhammer World if you live in Nottingham. So it's easy to kind of pop in. So I thought I'll pop in, see what's going on. I saw they had green beer on offer, and of course they didn't have green beer, did they? After last time's disappointment with the curly fries, where I went, I'll have 2 green beers, please. It's like Skaven beer they've got on. I think it's just beer with food colouring in. But I've got 2 beers. And they said, no, we ran out of that ages ago. It's like, did you even have it? So I went and I hung out with a bunch of people and it was really nice. And then it reminded me again, it was like, oh yes, socializing in a chilled environment makes me happy. Who knew? So with that, that Curtis Fest, Mates and Minis, that was previous, GriffCon, and then it's Bring Out Your Lead, and then it's Lard Fest at BritCon. Oh yes, it's GriffCon and BritCon. There's a lot of hanging out with gamers there, so hopefully I'll be like supercharged. Where's the stuff they put the comfy chairs back in Bowman's? I didn't see any. They've got a new menu again as well. Oh, I forgot I got Warpstone cake. I'll show you that. Hang on again. Oh yeah, I'll tell you about the shirts as well. Not yet, Higgly's. Higgly's thinking it was food for them. We got Warpstone cake. Well, brownie. That is going to be my breakfast after this. I am a sucker for a fiend. Look at that. Woo! So I like that they're doing things like that. They did a midnight opening thing, which I really like the idea of. If it was something I was into, I totally would have done that. Because I like anything that's a bit novel. So they did Skaven Tide was released at midnight. You could get there like 10 o'clock, where you could like stay there all night. You could buy it at midnight, and then you could stay. They did like a lock-in basically, so you could stay in overnight and do what's the word? Assemble. You could assemble and paint and everything. So there was nice like camaraderie there of people that hadn't slept yet. So that was fun. But there wasn't anything on in the day. But it's just like it's a thing I'm not that into, but there's going to be gamers there. And it's nice to see, and there's like people having fun. So seeing people painting their Skaven and being really happy made me really happy. So that's nice. And so yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I love things like midnight launches. Like I got so hyped when I was queuing for Old World, even though I wasn't going to buy anything. I just wanted to queue there. Hmm. So yeah, maybe after GriffCon, I'll be allowed on jugs. Maybe I can use this to what's the word? Bargain that maybe Rob can get his mug back if I go on the Jugs podcast. Dun, dun, dun. And I had fun at ChillCon. I was hanging out with Peachy and Louise, and it was very fun. Although it takes a very long time to get anywhere because Louise has to selfie with like every single person that comes by. So it is a bit like being in an entourage of a celebrity, but that's really nice. So what have we got? So those are out of the way. We'll go into the Kickstarter news. I might as well carry on with events while I'm talking about it. So the weekend after that is Bring Out Your Lead. Somebody's making me some really nice terrain, but I haven't seen any of it yet, so it's as a surprise. So I'll be collecting that. I will be going, hopefully with Mr. Prow, Mr. Tim Prow. That's the point. Is if Paul Hicks is still there. I don't know if he's gone or I lost him last time, but if you're there, Paul, are you going? To Bring Out Your Lead. Oh, croaky voice. Bring Out Your Lead in Foundry. So like an old yay! See it. Are you going? Go to Bring Out Your Lead. It's good because there are lots of other recognisable faces there. It's that old Hammer celebration. I've never played anything there. I just go to that to sort of hang around with beer or coffee, depending on my mood, and chat to people. Last year I had concussion. I was in that concussion recovery. Oh, it's Lily's birthday party. Yeah, you definitely can't miss that. Oh. Um, but it is all weekend, so there might be one of the days you could go. It'd be worth a pop over, and you'd get lots of adoring fans. So it's always a booster. But yeah, Bring Out Your Leads if you're around. It is in Foundry, which is kind of on the outskirts of Newark. Yeah, send one of your clones, Paul. Not to the party. I feel you should definitely go to your child's party. Um, but send clones to Bring Out Your Lead. Also, can you just chuck me over a clone as well while you're out? While you're making some fresh ones, I'll have a clone for arranging minis. So Bring Out Your Leads. It's one of those sort of like best kept secret things. No, they must work. The clones must be worked. They have like a clone that's in charge and has like one of the loudspeakers to shout encouraging phrases at them. So where am I at? Newark. Yes, Newark. Go to that. So there's lots of events that you should be going to, which I'm going to relist them all at the end. So Bring Out Your Leads is wicked fun. It's got lots of the old timies there. Whether it's old timey sculptors, painters, writers, all that sorts. So you can come and pay tribute, which is always fun as well. And just lots of people that really like old Hammer stuff and cool folk. So it's nice. The week after that is BritCon. I think I've got them all in order now. Bring Out Your Lead, BritCon. Yeah, it's free. So BritCon is after, which is another small show, very gaming focused. Because some of them are very shop focused, some of them are sort of gamey focused. This has got a lot of games on and not as many shops, but I think it's free as well. Hey, Paul will be at BritCon. Um, It's my like annual meetup with Trish where I say we should have coffee sometime, and then go, oh crap, it's been a year again. So yeah, do that again. So BritCon is trade show in Nottingham, so it's in central Nottingham, and there are the same sort of thing. I might be bringing by stands, games. I play in the Two Fat Lardies event. It'll be my 3rd year there, where it's just playing various Two Fat Lardies games, and it's okay if you haven't played any of them. So it's not tournament or anything. So you make your choices, and then they try and match everyone to how they'd like, and you put whatever you like. I've just put noob at all of them. So that should be fun. So yeah, and Carol's there. Yes, I've actually opted to not do the curry this year. They did auto put me in it, and then I said, can I be taken out? Because I spent a lot of money and got very drunk when I did go, and I thought, I don't know if I want to do that again. But I did like last year. I stayed about afterwards for a couple beers. So I thought I'll go for the beers afterwards, but then I will retire with dignity. Will retire with dignity. Um, I say now, and then I'm like, get me in the curry. Cyber Goblin says, are you interested in cosplay, even if it's your various Annie minis? Some light cosplay of Annie minis, and it's fun, but it's mostly time and hating myself that I want to time and hating myself that I don't do it so much. And you usually like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I like looking at people doing it, but I get too self-conscious, I think. But maybe one day. But I do like occasionally. I did that very terrible Steve Blanche was it Sister of Battle cosplay, which wasn't a cosplay at all, but it was hilarious. Carol was wise, left the curry before the massive drunkenness started. I've been Pirate Annie, I've been Raging Annie, Pirate Annie and Raging Annie. That was fun. I get weird sensory issues with clothes. So, a lot of like fancy dress things just ends up getting me stressed. Like I can't wear formal clothing without freaking out as well. Um, so where else? So we've got BritCon. So I'll be playing in the Lardies thing. You don't get much time outside of it, which is something I was raging Annie in the Forbidden episode. Something that bothers me as a trader when I'm a trader at events where they have gaming on, which is why I don't trade at BritCon. And again, I'm not going to say it's bad. But when events are very gaming focused, you don't tend to get as much activity in the trading area because the people there are playing, and you get a little token you can spend. But in the space that you've got, like you'll get your lunch break, but a lot of people, including me, like to just de-people for a bit in the lunch break, just go outside, eat sandwich, and then you're like, crap, I've got 10 minutes and I've got to get back in. So you don't get much time. So as a punter, there you don't get much time as a gamer, sorry, to look about. So it means that it can be quite quiet in the trading halls because the numbers of people there will be quite high, but they're all gaming. They're not actually buying stuff, which is why it's a local show, but I don't trade at it because I'd much rather just go and have fun instead. It's also a terrible building to set up in, as in like traders arguing and stuff. So I opt out of that one. Forgot we can comment. So there is all that. So none of those shows I'm trading at, but I will be attending. So 3 in a row, isn't it? It's next weekend, nothing, chill. Might even see my family. Then it's GriffCon in Harlow. Then Bring Out Your Lead in Newark. And then BritCon in Nottingham. And I will be around to chat at them all. So you should definitely come and chat. So I'm looking forward to all that. Hopefully it won't all drain me of spoons. I've also got a million tasks that I need to be getting on with. I said last week that I was going to get community minis finished by the end of today. It's not the end of today yet. I'm meeting up with Alan on Tuesday, and I want to have all those totally done because I want to fully go to talk of all the next plans that for sculpting with Alan on Tuesday. So that's my kick up the butt to get all that together. Because there is a Kickstarter coming. So I promised you a World War II Kickstarter this summer, and also Gunny Pets this year. And then I just pulled a fantasy Kickstarter out of nowhere. So what's that all about? So it's in a weird way, I think I've mentioned this before, you need money to run a Kickstarter, which you didn't have to in the past, but you do now. So you can't just say, I've got some great ideas for sculpts, I need the money to make them. So you have to be any use anyway, you have to pay for the sculpts, then do the kick. So I tend to pay for the sculpts and then do the Kickstarter to pay for the production molds, and then any bonus actually goes back into that paying the sculpts, but they're out. So while I'm very much into doing this resistance fighter project, I've been getting very wound up because I want to get it done, but the funds at the moment is it's the middle of summer, and summer is just the worst time as a wargames company because you all go outside. What are you doing? Come back in, paint models. And yeah, it's just been like an absolutely terrible cash flow month. So I've been going, when is this going to happen? And then also going, I've got all these fantasy minis that I can't do anything with because I also can't afford to get them into production, but I can't do a fantasy Kickstarter because I've got all these other projects to do. And then I think it was Wednesday. I don't know what's going on with this hair today. So I think it was Wednesday when I was going, got all these sculpts and I haven't got the money to put the sculpts into production to make the money back. Right. Oh yeah, Kickstarter. So I'm doing a very quick Kickstarter. It's got to be because I've got to clear the decks to get the next one, so it's technically in summer. Although there's a chance that I might, once depending on how much the Kickstarter makes, I might not kickstart the resistance fighters. I might just start releasing them, have them as a sort of ongoing project. So that I can focus Kickstarter efforts into Gunny Pets. So there's a lot that I'm kind of juggling, a lot of grand ideas with very, very low funds. So I'm hoping that I can get this Kickstarter banged out. So I've built most of it already. I've been in, so if you saw the show last week, I was very unwell. I was unwell across that sort of weekend, start of the week. And a whole bunch of things all sort of combine at once, as well as my own mentalness. So that all could kind of combined. And then I was right the rest of the week, but I've been in a bit of a meh. And then when I went, Kickstarter, it's like energize. What a short deadline project. Let's go. So I've been like Photoshop machine getting all the things together. I've only got a few of them as painted minis. The rest are the sort of blurry sculpt pictures, but they exist. So I've been making them into all their packs and writing their oh, that's a point. Yeah, writing their stories and stuff. Andrea says, question, how prominent will the snake lady be? I have a light snake phobia. I think I was answering it when the thing went off last time. So I can't promise, because especially the one with the big snake has is going to be really nice model. So she's probably going to be over a bunch of stuff. But I'm very, I have my own secret phobia, and I totally understand. So I can't say that she won't be there because I need to put her up. But I just click things a bit slowly, I think. So you can just sort of like scroll. Like sometimes if I'm watching something and I'm not sure the thing's going to be there, just sort of like do a so I'll be aware. I'll be aware when I do it because I do it with spiders, but there's obviously you can't do for everything. People's wonderful brains decide to go no, which is why I have an excess of spiders. So if you want a spider with your order, they're like the spider nests. I never want to put them as a freebie because I think it could absolutely freak someone out. They're like, oh, so I've got an excess of those. Andrews and all in except the snakes. For the all in, yeah, I'm saying this now in front of everyone, whereas I should just PM you, but nobody else. just Andrea, this specific situation. I'm sure I can swap you out. If you get that mega pledge, I can swap you out the snakes for something else. Same, yeah. Um, so I've also got a bunch of those pigs on spits, which I also don't want to put in case of anyone's religion or whether they be vegan, vegetarian. I don't want you to randomly get a dead pig on a spit. So if you're into that, let me know, because I've got just loads spare from when there's been an uneven amount in casting, and I don't want to put them unsolicited. But if you want a dead pig or a spider nest in with your order, just put it in the comments. Put it in there. But I won't scare you with them. Mm. I find that, yeah, from having my own very extreme phobia, it gets me very aware and taking other people's seriously. But you've also got to balance that obviously with bits. But yes, uh, they can be very weird, but that's how your brain works, because your brain has some sort of thing and goes, oh, no, this bad thing has happened while this thing is around, and now this thing will traumatize me for the rest of my life. And then you tell someone and they go, what, that thing? But that's an irrational, yes. Whereas I think like snakes and spiders and stuff, like they're pretty like dangerous. It's probably not that irrational. Not all the time anyway. Only fingers, yes. So, yes, that's the answer to that. So there are a variety of sort of random. They're not all adventurers. My favourites so far are the crones. One of them has a cloak of rats. Um, yeah, sorry, I'm just reading. So we've got cloak of rats on one of them, and they're wise crones. They're not necessarily baddies. They're not in the baddies range. Um, they could just. I like the idea of this, just sort of like old wise ladies of the woods. But they could be. You could make them into baddies. They could be like, "Hey, collect the rats." But I think I'm always a bit averse to that because I want to be the old lady with the rat cloak at some point, and I'll probably be quite harmless when I'm pottering about. I'll probably have a pig cloak or something. Going, why do you seek me in the woods? We've got, I've even got a freebie. Take that. So there's a, yes, crones are not baddies. And I like, there's a whole thing where it was like reclaim the crone because it's there as an insult, but it's not. It's originally this was like a wise older lady that's collected all this information for our life rather than like, you crone. There's your cosplay. Yeah, I could do that. Oh my god. I could get the those IKEA rats. I had so many of them and I've had to get rid of them. I could make a cloak out of IKEA rats. Their favourite oh yeah, the maiden, mother and crone, that'd be a nice pack. Um I had loads of those IKEA rats because Dave Guinea Pig really likes cuddling on them. But Carol Guinea Pig, about a year ago, decided she was just going to start eating anything fabric. So she slowly destroyed all of the rats. So we don't have any left. I think he's got 2 left. Yeah, quite a few. Um, so there's a whole bunch of them. The main pledge is £55, which is everything. At a point, I don't know what point, but I'm sure it's a point we'll get to because that's how I like to manage them. So you get a free model, which you can also buy as well, which is the Possessed, which is amazing. And it's this woman just sort of floating, going like, ah. So a free stretch goal. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. That's probably the only stretch goal, apart from if Dave Corley made it to the second chat. He is currently, no pressure, finishing off some bits which are half Kev White, which would be interesting. I bought some half done Kev White sculpts about 10 years ago, because he was selling off his like abandoned projects. So Dave has been finishing them, and one of them is finished, which is very nice. But depending on time, we're going to hope that Dave's going to get his in, and that can be a stretch goal, a paid stretch goal. No free Daves for you here. Do I know the dates of the Kickstarter? I do. As long as they approve it, it's this Wednesday. That's right, in 3 days, because it has to be done as quick as possible. Um, so it's Wednesday to Tuesday. I know, really short. Because otherwise it sort of hangs when there's no bits to add in. And I don't want it to get too convoluted or anything like that, or have anything fresh sculpted, because it's to pay for these ones. And then any extra helps me with the World War II project and the Gunny project and Community Minis project, which is a whole other thing to go into in the Mo as well. So it's kind of just a general fundraiser by going, I've got lots of minis, please buy them. I put a mega pledge up as well for like a bunch of the other, basically the last Damsels Kickstarter, in case anyone missed it. I'm hoping things like the halflings that a lot of people might not have noticed have been released, sculpted by Mr. Paul Hicks of the chat. I'll have all that sort of stuff for add-ons. So it's a nice, those sort of Kickstarters are nice to showcase a range, because so like a lot of people won't even know that I make fantasy models, so they get to see the range and be like, oh, when did you release those halflings? I'll add those to my pledge. Yes. Oh, look at you all getting paid in time. Yes. Like normally I'll do a Kickstarter over a payday because I'm evil like that, but it's that much of a like out and done that I'm like, nope, just do it now. There's a bunch, and also because everyone does those dates, it will clash with more stuff. So might as well just get it done. So although I've been extremely busy and almost too busy and panicked because I'm so busy and overwhelmed, I've added a Kickstarter into it. But it's a kind of good focus for me to. It gives me that deadline, and I have to yeah, have to do it. So and yeah, you can always get in on it after if you haven't got cash at the moment. I'm hopefully going to get the pledge manager up super soon as well, and just get it on. So yes, keep an eye out when I've got the link, but I might not get the link till Tuesday. So that's another, it's like, I'm not going to have tons of time to promote this or anything. So it's very much a like, please work. But yes, and as always, when I'm on there, any shares bumps, if you see it around, just post and be like, these look really cool, and it helps the algorithms and all that. So that's coming up. So that's like an unusual. I didn't expect it, and I could have just lied and said, it could. What we got there? I could have just lied and said, I've been keeping this all a secret, but I did just decide a week ago to Kickstarter. But I've shown you some of the models as well throughout time. So I took some lovely photos, but I've only got like I think three or four of them painted, so they end up getting a bit repetitive. So I'm like, it's that one again. DPD. The guy called Simon of DPD, my new enemy. I've got two regular DPD guys, Dan and Imre. They are awesome. And very occasionally they'll send someone else, like if they have a day off. And they're supposed to send all of the master casts for all of the all the master casts for the project. So this weekend I could have been inking them, but they're coming Monday now. But it's fine. But I was pretty raging. Because they have to phone me from outside the office, but they don't read the note that says to phone me, so they drive by the office, and I didn't realise, so it was too late. No. So yeah, Monday I'll be doing that. Oh, I've got new game, new things arrived. I got my neckbeard game. These are from Jason Anarchy. I've been buying stuff off him for years, and they're always fun games with really nice art and silliness. So I did. You may have seen it because a lot of you follow me on Kickstarter, and I got a few messages going, "What have you just backed?" I went, "You're my neckbeards. There he is. This is Quest for Love," and it's weird because you just play as this horrific man that harasses women, but it's nice to be on the other side for a change. So I got that. And I also realised I'd missed a bunch of his last projects. So he worked with the Snake Heck person, Alex Cohen. So this is a funny little game, Heck, which you get. Then they're just nice. They're packaged really nice. We got that. But like these little bits you get are so cute. Like little. Oh yeah, this one does actually focus. Come on, focus. No, maybe it's not. Tiny Cheese Factory. I love the tiny snack comics. It's just so cute, and then they're all your quests. Um, they're all a decent price on their computers, computer snakes. Um, so that I do like my little 10-minute games. That's my attention span. Woo. And also, which was quite poignant, you can play it by yourself, and I might play it today. Your friend is sad, and you have to cheer up your friend. Arrange feelings and brain goops to try and cheer up your friend, but watch out for life. Life makes things hard sometimes. There we are. So those games arrived. That cheered me up. My new mine from Berlin Tuesday arrived. Thanks, Paul. Woo! I keep leaving. He makes terrain and then he puts it on his Etsy shop, and I think, no, I'm going to leave it for someone else this time because it's lovely terrain. And then I go and buy it. This is so good. It's like, well, you snooze, you lose. I got the other one. So if you follow him, you'll have seen the mine, and I bought it. Yes, you could buy the halflings now if you wanted. You could also add them to the pledge, but I was good because I'm appreciative of the money now and also the future money. I'm going to be on a bit of a promo craze next week because, well, that is not the downside when you got a Kickstarter. A lot of funds go towards that, but then you have money in the meantime. So I'm going to be promoting a bunch of other stuff in the week. So if there's anything that you're kind of like, well, I might pick that up sometime. Oh, it's good. Um, just had that whole like every bill coming out at once thing, which didn't help last Sunday when I was in my mood, and I was just like, why do I do this? Um, so the mine is awesome. I've been taking some photos with that, but again, just haven't had a bunch of time. So yeah, that meeting up with Alan Marsh, who does all the historical ranges for us. New games, crossing through my list. Um, Community minis. So yes, I'm still bravely aiming that by the end of today I'll have designs for all three of them because it's now mid July, and I said it'd be June. It's that whole brain space, and I think it's the last week. Everything's just been absolutely mental. So we'll be getting some progress. World War II is still happening. I covered that. It's not. It finished in 1945. The resistance fighters are coming, um, and Gun Pets is being worked on as well. So it's just juggling a lot of big projects whilst also having a bit of mental health issues. Woo! To mix back up to last week's stream, where hang on, can I have a sip of this? I made it extra milk, so gotta keep the thing there. So slightly mentioning last week's so last week's show, so I wasn't kicking off, I think. I wasn't well. Um I was saying that I was grumpy about the poll that I was in because it was stressing me out, which it shouldn't have done. Oh yeah, cool t-shirt. It's on here, it's on here. It was stressing me out because I'm not a fan of head to head. I'm a gentle millennial. I don't like competition. I don't like head to head things because it kind of encourages people to say bad things about the thing that they're not voting for. Um, Whereas I'm kind of like just want everyone to be good and be like, I like this company. I also like this company and this company. But when you kind of put into that like which is best, it can get a bit toxic, and because it did bring out a bunch of the people that would like to say how non-historical my stuff was. That obviously didn't help, and then I got into like the extra sad where I was just like nobody likes my stuff. But once I got all chirpier again, sort of Tuesday, I thought, what am I doing? Why have I let myself get into that when what's the word? I should focus on the lovely people like you. So yeah, once I'd got out of that headspace, that was nice. I did win the poll, but I'm very skeptical of these polls. So thank you for the voting. I am against Perry next, but I think I've got like the stress of public poll out of my head. So Yeah, because even when I won, so I did, yeah, so we won it, but then people were like, "She shouldn't have won it because she sucks." I'm like, "Cool, thanks." It's like being put in the spotlight without being asked, I think. I was just a bit like, I'm not in the frame of mind for the spotlight at all." Um, so yeah, that was weird. Oh, you jumped me to it. I was going to say happy birthday, Snag. I don't know if he's here today. He does lurk. But it is Joe Brumby's birthday. I think he'll catch up on this if he's not watching it now. Um, Joe Brumby, the sculptor of excellence, Snurg everywhere. It is his birthday. So happy birthday, Snurg. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Um, Redbubble. Shirts. This isn't from Redbubble. This is what I had made for myself when I was promoting Ghouls last year. Um, from my supplier that's just not cheap. Because I thought, oh, because they used to be all right, and now it's like I can't buy them at a resale cost for that. So in my current poverty, I did decide to finally finish setting up my Redbubble shop. So I did. So it's something where I don't get a huge amount, but still get a bit of a percentage from it. And I don't have to put any money down, which is what's important right now. And I've had some incredibly sexy Turkey Man art. In fact, that should be a topic as well. So I put Turkey Man onto loads of stuff, including a chef's apron. Got to. Um, what's it? Oh yeah, they are. Like I just because I was already, so I said last week, I was already not doing too great, and then it's that like when you're already down, and then you see some stuff about how you suck. I was just like, well, I guess I suck then. But I'm out now. I'm good. I'm good. Um, and I appreciate, and I do appreciate all the votes because people are like, should we not vote? You're like, no, you must. You must. I need to vote for the thing I don't care about. Um, I got sent this. I forgot. Oh, no, I haven't forgot the name because I put it inside. That's what I went and got earlier, but I don't know if he's still here. Dex McHenry sent me this book in the post, so thank you very much. Um, and it's about I can't pronounce it. Markovic. She was a revolutionary socialist and feminist, as well, artist and writer. She's part of the 1916 Rising and ended up being the first woman elected to the House of Commons. And it's always good to learn about. Yay, there you are! Thank you. To learn about some more ladies. And I liked that in the note it said like, "I'm not telling you to make the mini." So like, I got your book now. Make the mini. Because I've been getting a bit of that. Not the books. But she voted for one of the community minis because she rang a bell. I was looking about it. What's the word? Don't know. Oh no, just people recently been really angry at me to make minis. It's just been odd. Also, Nil sent me his own book. Thank you very much. So I'm going to. I should have said honestly, like it will be some time, but because I do have a million books, but I'm at least gonna have a bit of a look through it. And I really appreciate that. And I think that kind of started me when I was back. So I was off work Monday because I was again still not well. It just was not happening on Monday. And then I got back and I had two books. Um, so I got like people send me books that they think I will like with no expectation, which is really nice. So that's so lovely. And and then I was packing orders and I was packing some nice orders and going, well, these people are lovely. It's just a few people. And it's okay because not everyone has to like you, but they could just not be mean about it. And Sober Goblin says, next time you're feeling down, remember this. Most people who love you don't say it publicly, but those against you will. We're the silent majority, but we love you. Thank you. Thank you. So, what have I got? An update on Servergate, which I did mention last week. The guy has returned from his cruise, and all the websites, it appears, are gone. So, if any of your favourite shops are down, they will be down a bit more. Hey, Mike's here. Bye. Um, but our website is up and running. So if you're like desperate to buy stuff, come along. I think that's all the things I was going to actually mention. I'm glad I'm in a better mood. And I am very, very positive about Bad Squiddo. I think it's just a bit of a crunch time at the moment, so I am a little bit delicate because of the whole just having to do a lot of things with a very small budget, and whilst either being knackered or mental, basically, to put it lightly. But I am looking forward to these free events that are in a row. And it'll be nice to get away. It'll be nice to get away to a secret location where I'm meeting up with Alan on Tuesday as well, because he lives quite far north. So, but I like to meet up with him because he's really nice, and I like going through the projects like a bit more than just through email or something, because there's quite a few projects he's going to be doing. Um, that would be really nice. And Alan gets me all like inspired as well because he's really into the stuff that we do. So that's really lovely. I forgot. There was a talk as well. I don't know if it's been on yet. I shared it into Baggy's Cave. The lady Sharon Bennett Connolly from Liverpool last week that I met up with, she's doing the same talk online. So I shared that into Baggy's Cave because I very much recommend, because she's such a like easy to listen to person. And especially in like medieval era where everyone's got the same goddamn name and you're trying to figure out who's who, she's really good at keeping that sort of separated so you can get the gist of it. So today I will be working from home, my new home desk, although it's the other side, but the behind of that is all the washing up that I haven't done. So I didn't put us on that angle. But I've got a nice chair now. I'm going to be building Kickstarter. Yes, it is the talk about the anarchy. It's going to be building Kickstarter and community mini research, but also I'm going to eat that brownie and watch another episode of Lost first. I need to get to the end of Lost so I'm free. Because it's because I've been sad as well. It's just been like I could do stuff, or um I could just watch more Lost. The Island. It's one of my favourite shows. It's not my first rodeo. Um, I love it, and I try to not rewatch it much because it gets me too drawn in, too drawn in. So yeah, I feel like there was something else. Also doing some weird focusy stuff there. Um, I'm going to yeah. So thank you for coming along. Thanks for finding this second stream as well. I'll end up getting rid of the other one, so there's just this. So anyone who comes to it late or whatever. And yeah, and just thanks for your nice messages and everything. And yeah, I felt really bad after last week's stream because I thought, oh, that was quite negative. Um, but then a bunch of you messaged and said, no, that makes absolute sense. I think that was all very valid, what you said. So thank you. That was also nice because I really appreciate that. And it's another of those little reminders where it's like, if you like what someone's doing, give them a little message. And yeah. So keep an eye out for Kickstarter. I think I'll wait to do the newsletter till I've got the link. But it says 1 to 3 business. Remember how they take longer to like approve the Kickstarter now? It says before the end of Tuesday. So there's a very small chance that the Kickstarter will be delayed by that. But touching wood, which I don't have because everything's cheap. That chair could be wood, maybe. Touch wood that it will be fine, and it'll be out. But if not, you'll see. But I'll put a newsletter out with all the info and the pictures of them, and I'm going to start some forum threads as well. That might also be today, but well, it's like nearly midday. It's basically midday. But I'm going to be working. But I'm in the mood to do nice work at home, which I like sometimes because it's like I've got all my things. My pig's here. I can take a little break and walk around in the garden. Um, and it doesn't feel as much like work. So, and I was going to say I can blast my music, but I do that at the office anyway. So thank you very much. Again, check out, have a look if they're anywhere near you and of interest. GriffCon, BritCon, and Bring Out Your Lead. And I will see you all. Know how I end. And I'm going to eat that brownie. That's what I keep looking at, that brownie. I'm like, it is time. It is time. Right. Goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye.